Welcome, royal enthusiasts, to the Couch Goat channel, your go-to spot for all things monarchy, majesty, and a dash of mischief. Today we're diving into a topic so bold it might get us barred from Buckingham Palace. We're counting down the top 10 things you never say to Queen Elizabeth II. From cheeky quips to downright scandalous remarks, these are the phrases that would have had Her Majesty raising an eyebrow, or maybe the drawbridge. So grab your tea, adjust your tiara, and let's kick off with number 10. Oh, and if you love royal secrets, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell us your favourite royal moment. Number 10. Your Majesty ever tried a burger from a food truck? Let's start with a light jab. Queen Elizabeth II was known for her refined tastes. Think afternoon tea and Michelin star-level state dinners. Suggesting she popped by a food truck for a greasy burger? That's a culinary crime in her book. Fun fact, Her Majesty reportedly enjoyed simple dishes like fish and chips, but they were served on silver platters, not paper trays. You'd get a polite chuckle, but don't expect an invite to tea. Number 9. Why all the hats? Don't you ever go casual? Her Majesty's hats were a fashion institution, bright, bold, and impossible to miss. Asking her to ditch them for a baseball cap? Oh, you're playing with fire. Those hats, often designed by Rachel Trevor Morgan, were carefully chosen to reflect her role and ensure she stood out in crowds. Over 5,000 hats in her lifetime, each a statement. Say this and you'd get a look that says, "Darling, my hats are more royal than your manners." Number 8. Your corgis look like they're running the show. Now we're getting cheeky. Queen Elizabeth's corgis were practically royalty. Over 30 of them roamed Buckingham Palace during her reign. Suggesting these furry monarchs were in charge might sound playful, but to Her Majesty those corgis were family. Her favourite, Susan, even sparked a royal dynasty of pups. Say this, and you'd likely get a polite smile. But those corgis? They'd give you the side eye. Trust me, you don't mess with the Queen's four-legged advisors. Speaking of loyalty, show us some love. Smash that like button, subscribe and comment. What's the cutest royal pet you've heard about? Let's keep the royal vibes going. Number 7. Is that crown real or did you get it from a costume shop? We're inching into dangerous territory. The imperial state crown, worn at coronations, boasts 2,868 diamonds, 17 sapphires, and a ruby older than most nations. Asking if it's a knockoff is like questioning her entire legacy. This crown's history dates back to the 15th century. Fake it ain't. Say this, and you'd hear a silence so loud you'd wish you'd stayed home with Netflix. Number 6. Why don't you ever smile in photos? Her Majesty's poker face was legendary. Her official portrait screamed dignity, but asking why she didn't grin like she's at a selfie station, that's a bold move. Her restrained demeanour was a nod to tradition. Monarchs don't pose like influencers. But don't be fooled. Her rare smiles, like at Prince William's wedding, lit up the world. Say this, and you might get a royal glare that says, "We are not amused." Fun fact, she reportedly loved a good laugh. She just saved it for private moments, maybe watching a comedy. Or The Crown, who knows. Number 5. Your Majesty ever thought of retiring? Retirement? For Queen Elizabeth II? The woman who reigned for 70 years, the longest of any British monarch. This question is a royal faux pas of epic proportions. Her Majesty saw her role as a lifelong duty, rooted in her 1947 pledge to serve whether my life be long or short. Suggesting she kick back with a margarita in Cornwall, you'd be lucky to escape with just a stern look. She outworked us all until her final days in 2022. Number 4. Why do you always carry that handbag? Her Majesty's handbags were as iconic as her crowns. Always there, always elegant, always mysterious. Asking what's inside is a royal riddle wrapped in a leather enigma. Rumours say secret signals to staff, a mirror, maybe even a biscuit for the corgis. Lorna crafted over 200 bags for her. Question her handbag habit? That's like asking James Bond about his gadgets. Expect a polite deflection and a swift subject change. I'm betting she kept the crown jewels in there, just in case. Number 3. The monarchy's a bit outdated, don't you think? Now we're in hot water. The monarchy outdated. To Queen Elizabeth, the crown was a 1,000-year thread connecting Britain's past to its future. Her 2022 Platinum Jubilee saw millions celebrate her reign, proving its enduring pull. Saying this to her face, you'd feel a royal stare colder than a Scottish winter. Okay, maybe not the tower, but you get the idea. Let's crank up the suspense. Before we hit the top 2, help us keep the royal tea brewing. Like, subscribe, and comment. What's your favorite royal tradition? Let's hear it. Number 2. Your Majesty, is that outfit from last season? Questioning the Queen's fashion? Her Majesty's wardrobe was a masterclass in diplomacy and style, every color, every outfit chosen to honor her host or event. She wore bold hues like emerald and fuchsia to stand out, often re-wearing pieces to signal frugality. Suggesting her look is a last season? That's a fashion felony. You'd get a glance that could freeze a runway. Fun fact, her dressmakers kept detailed records to ensure no outfit clashed with diplomatic goals. And now what we have all been waiting for, number 1. Your Majesty, are you really in charge? The absolute worst thing you could ever say to Queen Elizabeth II, questioning her authority. As a constitutional monarch, she was above politics, but don't mistake that for powerless. Her influence shaped governments, her weekly meetings with 15 prime ministers were legendary, and her global presence commanded respect for 7 decades. This question wouldn't just raise an eyebrow, it'd summon the full force of royal protocol. You'd be out of the palace faster than you can say, "God save the Queen." Fun fact, she once drove a Saudi prince in her Land Rover at breakneck speed. Talk about showing who's boss. And there you have it, royal fans, the top 10 things you would never say to Queen Elizabeth II. From corgis to crowns, Her Majesty's legacy is untouchable, and we're just scratching the surface of her incredible story. A massive thank you for joining us on the Couch Goat channel. We love sharing these royal tales with you. If you enjoyed this, give us a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What's the wildest thing you'd never say to a royal? Until next time, keep calm and carry on. Royally, cheers!